Hello, my name is Lonnie Brenkel, and today we're going to be looking at Lab 1 and what we did. So we were asked to create three virtual machines, two servers, one workstation, name and convention with our first initials. We were asked to set up Active Directory, DNS, DHCP on this to make this a domain controller, which we did. So if you see server 01, it is the domain controller. And to see that the other two are connected to it, we can click over here. This is server 2, as you see here, Brenkel.local. Right. We go to our workstation again. The domain is on Brenkel.local. To go further into that, we can go to our Active Directory and users in our computers, and we will see here that they're both listed there as part of the domain. So that is done. For task 2, we were asked to do best practices with Active Directory. And for that, I set up two organizational units, IT and staff. Within IT, I created an IT staff group, which is the properties on that were global and security that was requested. It is also a member of domain admins, so it inherits all the privileges from domain admins. Inside here, I have a user, which is different than this one. At least the login is different. Um, it, so he is a member of IT staff. So he inherits the IT staff, which inherits the domain admins. His account name, though, is elbrancolt-A for administrator, and the other one doesn't have that. This user just has a standard, so if we look at his account, no dash A there, but he is only part of the domain user, so he has no administrative privileges, and so he won't be able to change much. Task 3 asked us to configure DHCP, so we'll go over to that. I think I have it up over here. Yes, I do. So for DHCP, we're asked to do two different scopes for two different networks. So the first scope was for 172.16.2, and the other one was 172.16.3. And inside here, we were told to exclude the first 20 addresses. So if you look here from 1 to 20 is excluded, and then we were asked, in case another DNS server was added, to only do 80% of the remaining addresses. That way the other one can pull from that, and which equals out to anywhere from 187 to 254 that other server could grab from. And if we look down here, we also have the same settings, but with the different network address. So that's set there. Um, and we were asked to configure the workstation with the DHCP, right? So if you look here, IP address is assigned by DHCP. We go to here, we can exit out of there, here, IP config/all, and we'll see it's part of the domain. There's a domain prefix. The first address available, which is 21. Subnet is fine. It was given default gateway DHCP server. So this, I'll show you where it got them from. I forgot to mention that, and the DNS server. If we go back over to our server listed scope options, we have our router settings in our DNS server. This is where we input them, so it can give out the DNS server and the router automatically with that DHCP relay or the server. So then we were asked to for task 4, we were asked to do DNS configuration. So the DNS configuration we have listed over on server 1. We'll go over, close that up. Uh, DNS right here. We were asked to do two reverse lookup zones, for one for each network. So if you look here, we have the 192.168.58. That was the first network adapter assigned to the machine with NAT installed on it. This is the second network adapter that they're all connecting to, the 172.16.2. Then we were asked for a forward lookup for our MX. So right click, um, a new mail exchange record, and this is how it's set up. This was told to go to server 2, which it is. It's pointing towards server 2. So if you typed in mail.brenkle.log, or that's the location of it, it would go there. Um, and to check that works, we can go over to our workstation again. We can bring up this and go and just look up uh, set q equals mx, and now we just type in the address that we want to look at, so which would be mail.brancult.local, and we'll see there's the initial name server up above, and then the mail server, mail.brancult.local, the MX preference 10, which we was asked for, fully qualified domain name, and the IP address to it, which is correct. The last thing that we were asked to do with DNS was put in a www entry pointing towards server 2. And so that's located right here. So here's our A record. It's just pointing to the IP address of server 2, which is that address. We can check that that works from here if we want, from our workstation. So hang www.brancult, oh, too many, brancult.local, and you see it's paying that server. So .11 is the second server, and so everything seems to be working. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.